Just a green wire going to nowhere. Hello everyone and welcome to Cornwell Garage. My name is Ben and today we're going to start a new series and it's going to be around this 1984 Honda XL600r. It's kind of a mouthful. I'm going to start calling it the 600. Deal? Alright. So I guess to start with, I picked this up a couple weeks ago. It's a basket case just like every Honda I've ever bought. Which is, this one's no exception. This Honda back here is a 79 CB750 Super Sport. It came home in my truck bed in boxes and a bare frame. And it is lovely now. It rips, it's so fun. Anyway, it's for sale. I usually sell these when I'm done. If you want to buy it or want to know more about it, email me. If not, comment, we'll get together on it. Anyway, back to the 600. It's not running. It's missing a lot of original parts. There should be turn signals, because this is a road legal enduro dual sport. There should be turn signals. There should be a fender that comes down with a plate down here. This fender, no, this is wrong. It should come out, should be all flat and duckbill and goofy and just 80s square goodness, and it's not. This tank's a USA Clark. It's actually kind of a good thing it came with it. These are very expensive. They're really nice. It can't rust. It's plastic. It's also, I think, about 1.5 gallons. Don't tear me up on that. But it's extended range. I'll be able to do a lot longer rides with this. That's the quick rundown. Now, this bike's pretty cool. They came out in '83 and they ran till '87, I think. And then they changed it up a little bit. This is a single cylinder, 100 millimeter piston. It's a big one. They call them thumpers. It's pretty cool. I've never ridden one of these. I understand they're pretty quick. I'm excited to get this running and rip it. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to see, but right on the side it says RFVC. And that stands for Radio 4-Valve Combustion Chamber. Yeah, I wrote that down. Anyway. Now all that means is it's got a big heavy head on it. It has a hemispherical combustion chamber. And that also means that Honda got to design that head with oversized valves so it could flow a lot of air in this bike. It's got some good power for back in the day. I think it's rated at 45 horse. That's no slouch, I don't think. I don't know. On the dirt, I think that's a ton. Cool thing too is that this Honda, like all the other Hondas I've ever worked on, don't have just one carburetor. This has two. Pretty slick. Each intake valve has its own port and own carburetor. And it also has an exhaust coming out of each side of the head. And I think Honda did this just to flow a ton of air. I think they wanted this thing to be fun and rip really hard. I mean, Honda did wild stuff all the way up to the 2000s with their like street bikes. These dirt bikes, I think they've always been ahead of the game. And I think this bike is just another testament to what those engineers did back in the day. They were on something good, that's for sure. So that's a little bit of technical information. Beyond that, it's not running right now. The battery's completely dead. The oil's good. It's missing a lot of stuff. And I guess for this bike, it's going to be different for me because I want to keep it. And I want to keep this bike because a bunch of my buddies have these dual sport enduros and they go out on day trips, 2-day trips, 3-day trips. It sounds like a riot. I'm not trying to miss out on any of the fun, but I also don't like new bikes. So here we are. I bought a basket case Honda to take 3 days into the wilderness. So, that being said, I'm keeping it. I'm going to restore it. I'm not going to go as wild as I did on this one. I think I'm going to do another video on this, or a first video on this soon. It needs the carb synced. Anyway, I did just everything. Frame up, powder coat, beautiful brakes. I mean, rebuilt motor. It's really like an 820 now. I gotta get that out and ride. Okay, this I'm gonna be a little bit more conservative on. I am gonna tear this down to the frame in this video. We're gonna compression check it first so I can find out if I need to do this motor or rebuild it, I guess. Anyway, today's the teardown, down the frame. I want to powder coat it. We're gonna spray paint some parts, clean it up nice, order some plastics, rework this rear because it's orange and I don't know what it's from. This exhaust is the wrong exhaust, it doesn't fit. We'll put some original stickers back on. I've got a factory tank for this that I found that's out of California, it's rust-free, it's got some character to it. We're not going to repaint that. I think we're just going to leave it alone. I think it's more fun to see the age and where it's been and the character. It's got a little dent on it, but the best part, rust-free, like I said. So I'll probably run that around because I'm probably going to maybe commute with this bike just a little bit. And then when I go on those 2 and 3 day trips with my buddies, I will throw this bad boy on. So with that being said, I think I'm gonna get that camera down and we're gonna show you guys all the way around this bike because this bike is gonna be completely different at the end of this month. And today is March 25th. And the goal is by April 30th, May 1st. This bike's back on the road, looking fresh, running, driving, reliable. Usually there's some trials with these basket cases. I haven't been able to not figure one out yet. So let's get down in front of that mount. I want to show you guys all the way around it, and then we'll get straight into compression checking it. And then we're going to tear this thing down. And I think it's going to get tore down extremely quickly. It's a pretty simple bike. Yeah, you guys are going to learn about all the flaws as soon as I do on this one. Be a good tear down together. Apparently, this bike has been bored out recently, mileage-wise. It was the owner of Metro Transmission in Portland, Vancouver area. And apparently they did a big bore kit, they redid the transmission, which I see new gaskets on everything in here. The head, the jug, this cover, the other cover. I see they did a nice, right here is a cam chain tensioner, and these leak a lot, and there's a little O-ring back here, and they're not that fun to change. But it looks like what they did is completely filled it with black RTV. Lucky me. So we'll be digging that out and putting a new O-ring in there. Honda still makes them. Okay. That's in. Spoiler, I did take the seat off already. Think it's metric? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see that when I took the seat off. This back custom rack has a nice message. I'll blur it out, but you guys can figure it out. trying to keep this a family channel, you guys. Okay, metric? Yeah? No? I bet so. Yeah, there's a 10 right there. She's dirty and moldy. That's disgusting. That's a lot of mold. This, I think, is our oil. It's kind of, never seen that. It's good oil too, it's not even dirty. It's like maybe they rebuilt this, wrote it just a little bit, like it might not even be broke in. So we're gonna assume that when we get this back together, I'll put some fresh oil in it again, and we won't be going over half throttle. I'm gonna ease into this, let all the seals in here come back, do our best to bring this back. So I don't know how long this sat. I'm gonna say maybe 3-4 years. The guy in between, the one that owned Metro Transmission in the Portland, Vancouver area, is the one that sold it to me. And he was not terribly knowledgeable about this. There's more mouse droppings. Yeah, I love that. This thing is not easy to push over. Ooh. So we got, there's 110 in there right now, 115. Okay, so all 210 pounds of me got flung up a couple times, and it was fighting me. So I think we got up to 120. I think that 50 will be there once it's running and gotten warmed up. And like I said, this might be a newer motor. It's pretty fresh. I see all new gaskets. Someone might have let it sit and never broke it in. Okay, as I was saying, there's a ton of compression, picked me up. I'm 210. There's 120 in there, about. So I'm gonna throw it back on the stand, and we're gonna keep going into this and see what other kind of damage we find. I have a feeling that it's at 120 because it's been sitting. And number two, because it could be a rebuild. I see new gaskets on this. He said it was rebuilt with the big bore. There's not really a big bore for this kit. It's only slightly bigger. Being a 100mm piston, there's not much meat there to bore out. But that's a different color. Usually it's black after it's painted. And then maybe on the other side, the bottom of the jug, I'll show you guys when we're going and taking this motor out. It also looks like it could be a new gasket. So I'm gonna pick this heavy thing back up. It's not heavy. Back up on the stand. We'll continue the teardown. I already knew this when I bought it, but this peg down here, and I'll show you guys here in a second. I guess the bracket for it, not the peg itself, is bent. And where the bolt goes through into the frame has also been broke halfway off. So we're gonna take this off. I got a new one that I found on eBay. And it turns out KLR foot pegs fit in this with a little bit of with a couple spacers, which is no big deal. So that's nice because you can't find pegs for this thing. I see some cracks up here where the seat rides. So we're gonna have to weld in that. And this is all bent up. Let me show you guys. Now there's the damage on that peg. And then this right here is just slightly twisted. So it's gonna have to get replaced, but I got some. And then up here, we got a crack on this, a crack on this, a good one right there. One way back over here. And then this is all just twisted and mangled. I'm gonna get a list going. This thing needs a whole lot of work. I'm a little worried to see what this air filter looks like, so you guys will get to see it at the same time. Got this banjo right here. Just a green wire going to nowhere. And another one. I got a feeling these might be turn signals. This is an old YUSA battery. This is good. This, oh. There's a lot of poop back here. Kind of like one thread hole in there. What a joke. See what's behind this air filter. It doesn't look like they ate through the filter though, so we're gonna clean this out. I wonder what that orange stuff's from. Got just a mess of zip ties right here holding this brake sensor on. This I think I'm gonna have to fix as well. I'm gonna put a washer on, weld it on, because this is stupid. I figured that would happen. We're no longer balancing, so I gotta take that front wheel off right now. Certainly does. Right. This is the cutest little tire. Feels right. Okay, now maybe the airbox comes out. Yeah. There's dirt on the intake of the car. That is less than optimal. My buddy said that they weren't. They're like BMX ones. They're not even motocross. So I don't know if that's true. He had the donuts on it, but he did both, so. Oh. And out comes our bearing. These actually look pretty good. There's good looking grease. It's not like these get hot, but. to work on trying to flatten out that little frame support that the seat sits on. And then we're going to go back over to the stand and we'll try to fix this mount for the foot peg. I did something. Okay, we're going to switch over to the front now, or the bottom. And now you guys can see this gnarly crack. I'm not sure how well this bolt's going to come out, but I think it'll be okay. I know we have threads back here. Let's see if you guys can see that. They're on the back side. So it's a captured bolt. But see how that comes out. But my idea is I'll put a straight one on and a new bolt, and I'll tack it, and then I'll weld it all the way around. And we'll forget about it. Oh. I think it's only captured right here. I can see some of the thread. There she goes. It's awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to clean up the area. It broke off. And go back on. It's been a while. Yeah, there it goes right there. Okay, I'm going to get my die grinder out. Try to clean this up. Right now it'd be pretty cool to have a sandblaster. So this right here, I'm just going to stitch weld because I don't want it to get too hot. And I'm pretty sure it'll hold just fine. Better than before, that's for sure. Right now I'm just hitting those cracks, and then I'll start with the gaps. Here's a nice view of these. There's no gap on the bottom anymore. It's all smooth to the touch. I think it looks pretty darn good. And it's no longer just a little tack on the outside here. It's all filled in and all supported. I think it'll last. This I just filled in with weld. That little dimple right there is not that pretty, but whatever. And that nice and hot all the way around. Probably too hot. So we'll be tapping it, but at least we have somewhere to put our peg now. Okay guys, that's gonna be a wrap on this video where we tore down this XL600R, or the 600, we're gonna start calling it. We did some welding to the frame to repair it on the support, on the foot peg, on the brake sensor, and we made a nice big old parts list right up here. So on our next video, it'll be the assembly, and I'll have this picked up from the powder coater, and we'll throw this all together. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of these motorcycle videos. I like doing them, so have a good one.